Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I am here for Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout today. And for June 1st release, Virginia has stockpiled the Etsy shop with stitching cut files, and I am so excited. I can't even tell you. I went ahead and grabbed this floral one. It comes as one. I simply took that, rotated it, lined up this floral from both of them, and then deleted another one, so it just had this additional one. And then I did my stitching. This is a pre-mixed media background from Vicky Boutin, and I just have to figure out what photo I want to use. I've got a couple options here. Lots of options. I'm kind of leaning towards that one. I have that one though. I also have that cute photo of my daughter. We got two of those. Or I have this one. However, that covers up so much of my stitching. I don't know if I'll actually pick that one. And then I have that option, which I also like, as well as that one. But again, it covers up a lot of the stitching. So that'll probably be a square one. Just not sure. One of these four. I'll kind of figure that out. Get you on fast forward, and let's see what I can do with this really fun stitch cut file. To start off, I'm going to go ahead and use this gorgeous pink paper. Now, this isn't from this is Vicky Boutin. Oh, it's a collection I didn't actually get much of, and I can't even remember what it is, but it's an older one of her lines. I really like that pop of pink though. I felt like it worked really well with that background I chose, which is a Vicky Boutin mixed media background. And so it kind of leaned itself into creating a little bit more of a girlier layout than maybe using the one of Barrett cuddling with me. I definitely could have made that work. I was kind of playing with my photos, kind of trying to decide. In the end, however, I decided I should really document that I am on the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team. This is my second term, and it's kind of a big deal because when I first started scrapbooking, and not even when I first started scrapbooking, but as I have been scrapbooking and everyone was using cut files, they weren't really not necessarily my thing, but they were way outside of my comfort zone. And Daisy kept like hinting at me like I should try them. And eventually I gave them a shot, and then I found I really enjoyed them. And Virginia's cut files in particular are just so easy to use that I have just learned that I love to use them. And I do tend to use cut files in a little bit more of a subtle way than some others do, but that's fine. That's what's in my comfort zone. It's how I like to create. And so the fact that Virginia gave me a shot to be on the design team was really meaningful to me because, again, I don't use cut files necessarily in the same way that everyone else does. But then again, maybe that's why she chose me. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure to kind of have this documented because it is a kind of a big thing, and I definitely wanted to kind of recognize myself for that. I don't really document being on design teams. It's not something I actually think this might be like the second time I've documented that. So yeah, it was a big deal. And I felt like this is all going to tie itself in together. So I'm going to use both sides of that pattern paper, the feathers and the pink flowers. I'm going to cover up all that gorgeous stitching I did, but it's going to be okay. I knew that was probably going to happen in some form, and it's hard unless you really plan out your layout. It's hard to leave the spaces that you're going to cover up and just not stitch them because you don't actually know until you get into it. And I find a lot of times it's just easier to just stitch it all and just know that you're going to cover some of that hard work up. That's what I just go with. I added a little bit of that feather paper down at the bottom as well. I liked that little grounding that it gave. And as I'm going to start to decorate, and you're going to see all of this, I leave everything into this layout. I just hit record and created. This is not normally how I create. I have to do things normally in small chunks, but this particular day I actually had a little bit of time, and so I got to just play, and I didn't have to really stop filming for any reason, which was nice. And you kind of get to see all of that. But I liked the the phrase, oh yeah, because, you know, oh yeah, I made the design team. And I'm going to use that and exactly the way it is. I'm even going to add that little heart in the middle of it. What I'm using right now to decorate this layout with is the Vicki Boutin Color Study collection. I have been using this ephemera for this collection on everything. I barely touched the paper, but I have been using the ephemera and the stickers and all of that a ton. It's really versatile, and I love how it kind of mixes with a bunch of different things. Of course, everything on here is Vicki Boutin anyway, so it would have matched, but I just really love how it's just so usable. And being able to document something like this, where it's documenting my craft, my hobby, I was able to use some pieces that maybe, unless I was documenting my kids doing some artwork, I probably would have not necessarily used right away. I would have saved it until I had photos of my kids' artwork or something. And that was really nice. I really was pleased to get some of that stuff used up because I like it. I really do like some of this stuff. But when it comes to the art stuff, I can't use that as a random embellishment. I have to use it for something that it relates itself to. A lot of other things I can randomly place and I don't really mind, as long as, you know, it's not too out there. But artwork, for some reason, like these crayons and the paints and that sort of stuff, I needed to connect to doing something artistic. And yeah, I'm glad that all worked in. That was exciting. I do manage, I think, to get a little bit of everything used up too. So I used a couple chipboard pieces. I used a couple stickers. I used a couple stickers from the sticker book. I think I used one of the pre-made words. I used a little bit of the ephemera. I'm going to tuck some stuff in. Yeah, it was really fun to be able to just kind of go through it all, find a couple pieces that fit and get them all lined up. I am trying very, very hard to not hoard my supplies, meaning when I'm working with a collection, I get to use all of it. I have this tendency to save the pieces that are my favorite for quote unquote that perfect layout. And I don't know why I do that, and I'm trying to break that habit. So I felt like if it worked, I added it and I just let it be and I didn't think twice about it. I normally do, but I was able to just kind of not do that. And I feel like because I forced myself to not do that is how this layout turned into what it was. It's a little busy. It's a little out there. It got away from me a little bit, I'll be honest. But you know what? You're documenting something exciting and it doesn't matter because it's a happy, fun layout, and it can be a little crazy and a little busy because that's sometimes when you're celebrating how things are. And I just kind of went with that. I'm going to add the pink, and I think I add the teal little paint swabs because a lot of times when I do use cut files, I'll add them, like I'll use them as a stencil sometimes, or I'll paint them. So I felt like that was really usable. Got that little so excited used up because this is a very exciting thing to be on a design team. If you've ever been on one before, you know how exciting it can be, and you get to hang out with other creators that maybe you haven't really gotten to know yet. You get to know some more people within our community, and it's just a really lovely thing to do. I also got that massive paintbrush used up. That was really exciting. I don't know how I would have used that paintbrush in any other way. Same thing with that pencil. Yes, there you have it. So maybe the cut file is a little bit of an afterthought. It's kind of in the background. It's just kind of subtly there. It's not my main focus, but I'm still really, really happy with it. So thanks so much for watching. Here's a look at my finished layout. Don't forget to head on over to the Etsy shop and, of course, the Facebook group to hang out with us there as well. The links for everything will be below. See you all soon. Bye, everyone.